Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. You know, I gotta sit there and say this. In a lot of ways, hell done actually froze over. Okay? There was a lot of things that Jocelyn said was right. At the end of the day, Dex isn't there blaming himself for Sonny, getting arrested and, maybe facing life in prison. And Josh was like, no, this isn't on you. This is on Sonny and the choices that he made. And that is 100% true. We can't sit there and blame Dex. We can't sit there and blame Michael. We gotta sit there and blame this. We gotta sit there and put the blame where the blame belongs. Sonny. So she was 100% correct about that. Now, the thing that really did, it's not even, yeah, it definitely did irritate me, right? Is the lack of loyalty that she has for him. The lack of loyalty that she has for Sonny, right? She was, part of the reason why she wanted to sit there and turn over the evidence is to free Dex. I'm like, you know Dex for like, what, a year or so? You knew Sonny pretty much your entire life. Zero loyalty whatsoever. Dax is sitting there looking at Sonny like he's a father figure, and I'm like, Josh, you need to sit there and take some cues from him as far as loyalty is concerned, because, boo, you are definitely lacking in that area. You're willing to sit there and this dude a year. Okay. Like, I give her some points, and I gotta immediately start sitting there subtracting some stuff. Um, Anna went over Curtis' house to absolve her guilt, and she apologizes to Curtis. And I'm like, but you don't even know if you're the one that was the intended target. So why even apologize? Why even apologizing for? What is it like? Why even do that for? And because this is a soap opera, you got to kind of speed things along, right? So Curtis got to a point where he got past the anger, he got past the hating both of them for being put in that wheelchair, and for that reason, and he just come to accept it. Which is good because, honestly, tell you the truth, I feel like after a while people would sit there and start to be like, oh, you can't keep wallowing and blah, 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 even though that's like a real life thing. I remember, when Star's family died, and, she was crying a lot, and people, I would sit there, I went on Facebook, and people would sit there complaining, like, she's always crying. Why is she always crying? I mean, I'm just kind of tired of it. I'm like, her baby girl died. Like what do you expect her to do at this point? So I feel like with Curtis, they kind of fast tracked that whole thing. Now, Portia came in there. Portia wasn't having it, right? And this is one of the very few times that I can understand where Portia's coming from. Because Portia's looking at this like, what are you doing here? And she's all like, oh, we'll sit there and find the person who did it, and then what? What is that supposed to do? Is that supposed to magically allow him to start using his legs again? Like, no. So you don't really need to be here, you know? And Curtis obviously, knew, Portia was talking to Anna about it because Curtis was like, I'm not upset with him anymore. She was like, I am. And I understand that. I understand that level of anger, you know? Portia's been pissing me off lately, if you haven't noticed my reviews, but I understand where she's coming from this point. Ava's that they're trying to give Nina a reality check as far as like, all right, so he may even sit there and beat the charges now, but what about the next time? And the one after that? And the one after that? You're sitting there asking Anna like, oh, what can you do? Could you help? Could you do this? You're talking to Ava, and Ava's like, listen, he can beat the charges. I want him to beat the charges. But there's always going to be a next time. You need to understand what you're signing up for. And she's all like, no, I can handle it, and yada, yada, yada. Meanwhile, about an episode ago, she was there freaking out, asking Carly for advice. No, bro. You're totally cut out for this life. You keep telling yourself that. You keep sitting there trying to convince yourself that, time is, eventually you're going to get caught. But you keep convincing yourself that, You know, and you got as much time in the world. You keep telling yourself that. I'm so glad that Cody didn't just whoop that doctor's ass, but also pretty much embarrassed him by taking this dude, practically stripping him down to his boxers. Because I sat there, I was like, bro, if you cannot take this doctor, and I know that size isn't everything, but I'm like, bro, in this situation, it better count for something. Um, but he was able to sit there and get Sasha out. And, he figured everything out. He had to sit there and monologue like a damn DC villain for a little bit. But eventually he figured it out. He took out the doctor. And, Sam left the car there for him. So, they were out. That was good. Um, Janice noticed by that time it was already too late. Avery wants to sit there and sell Windermere to Nina. It's a big house. You feel isolated. She's like, well, Avery likes it, but still. I'm like, if I was a parent, I would have been nervous as hell. Like, there's so many tunnels and things of that nature that you could sit there and get lost for days. And I'm like, really? I mean, I'm pretty sure the staff probably makes sure that she's okay, but like, still. Oh, so Ned, Leo, and Olivia go down to the, down to the studio, or whatever, so he could sit there and record his track. But he didn't actually come there prepared. I mean, like, no lyrics, no idea of what he really wanted to sit there and do when he got there. And I'm like, bro, time is money. Like, you're going to go there, you got to sit there and go there with a plan. I'm like, what did you used to do back in the day when you used to sit there and quote unquote, cut your first album? What did you do then? You just, flew by the seat of your pants? Like, what was the game plan with that? Anyway, he was able to sit there and finish the song, apparently. I don't know. I muted it, and, Leo helped from what I heard. So it's just when he got down there, it was like, all right, so how do you want to do this? You want to do it this way? You want to do it? It was like, lyrics just kind of just come to me. I'm like, okay. I gotta be honest, I don't think that Curtis is actually gonna have a club when he comes back to the Savoy because I don't think his dad actually knows what he's doing. And I feel like it's only gonna be a matter of time before Miss Wu's like, all right, I know you were kind of joking before, but you ready to sell now? I don't think I think his dad is over is in over his head. Um Also Curtis is tired of being babysitted. So there's that. Anyway, I feel like that's pretty no, that was not it. Nope, that was pretty much about it. Anyway, all in all, I would definitely sit there and say it was a decent episode. It was good for the most part. I enjoyed it. So anyway, if I missed anything, you know what to do. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the soaps, YNR, GH, BNB, and of course, Days of Our Lives. With that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next video.